They say success belongs to those born with talent, luck, or privilege. But those who have truly conquered their greatest challenges know the truth. Winning isn't about what you're given. It's about what you refuse to surrender. Perseverance is more than just pushing through. It's enduring when everything tells you to stop. It's standing tall after every fall, moving forward when the world tells you to quit. True winners don't escape failure. They face it, learn from it, and refuse to be broken by it. They understand that failure isn't the end. It's a test, a challenge, a moment to decide whether you'll give in or rise up stronger than before. Think about every great achievement in history. Every breakthrough, every revolution, every story of triumph. It wasn't the smooth path that made it great. It was the struggle, the setbacks, the moments when giving up would have been easier. But those who made history, those who reached the top, had something stronger than fear, stronger than pain. They had perseverance. What separates those who succeed from those who fall short isn't intelligence, connections, or sheer luck. It's the ability to keep going when things get hard, when the crowd disappears, when the excitement fades, when failure feels like a weight pressing down on your chest. That is when true strength is revealed. Some people let obstacles define them. The road to victory is not straight. It twists, it turns. It throws obstacles in your path, daring you to stop, daring you to question yourself. And many do. They step back, they hesitate, they surrender. But those with a winning mentality, they don't see obstacles as roadblocks. They see them as proving grounds. They know that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. They know that failure is not a sign to stop. It's a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. Every great athlete, every successful entrepreneur, every world-changing leader has faced moments of doubt. But they didn't let doubt define them. They let their perseverance do the talking. This book isn't about easy roads or instant success. It's about the grit that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's about forging a winning mentality that can withstand anything. Because in the end, perseverance isn't just a skill. It's the foundation of every great triumph. And if you're ready to strengthen yours, then this journey starts now. Subscribe to never miss books like this one. Chapter 1. The Power of Relentless Persistence. What if I told you that success isn't about talent, intelligence, or even opportunity? That the real difference between those who win and those who don't comes down to one thing: persistence. Not just working hard when it's easy, not just pushing forward when the path is clear, but continuing when everything inside you is screaming to stop. The world is filled with people who started strong, but never finished. People who had great ideas, big dreams, even a moment of success, only to let it slip away because the struggle became too much. The truth is, talent fades without effort. Intelligence is useless without action. But persistence, it beats talent when talent gives up. It beats intelligence when intelligence overthinks. It beats everything when everything else fails. Think about the most iconic winners in history: athletes, inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders. What do they all have in common? They weren't necessarily the smartest, the most gifted, or the luckiest. They were the ones who refused to stop. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Every single one of them faced rejection, doubt, and obstacles. But they pushed forward. They outlasted the struggle. Persistence isn't just about working hard. It's about the ability to keep going when hard work doesn't seem to pay off. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. It's about taking another step forward, even when you're exhausted. Those who win are not always the fastest or the strongest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. So ask yourself, how much are you willing to endure? How many times are you willing to get knocked down and still get back up? Because at the end of the day, your success won't be determined by what you start. It will be determined by what you refuse to walk away from. Chapter 2, Rewiring Your Mindset for Resilient Success, is not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. Two people can face the same obstacle, but one sees it as a dead end, while the other sees it as a challenge to overcome. The difference, mindset. The way you think about struggle, failure, and perseverance determines whether you break or break through. Most people are trained to avoid discomfort. From an early age, we're taught that failure is something to fear, that struggle means we're doing something wrong. But the truth is, struggle is a sign of progress. Every challenge, every setback, every failure is shaping you, if you let it. Those with a winning mentality don't avoid difficulty. They embrace it. They see setbacks as lessons, failures as stepping stones, and pressure as fuel. Rewiring your mindset starts with one shift. Seeing resistance as growth. Think of a muscle. It only grows when it's pushed to its limit, torn down, and forced to rebuild stronger. The mind works the same way. If you never push past frustration, if you always stop when things get hard, you stay weak. But if you fight through the discomfort, if you keep going even when it feels impossible, your mind adapts. It gets tougher, more resilient, more unstoppable. Winners don't just endure struggle, they use it. They train their minds to thrive under pressure, to see obstacles as part of the journey, not the end of it. And that's exactly what you need to do. Every time you face a setback, remind yourself, this is training. This is making me stronger. This is proof that I'm on the right path. Because those who win aren't the ones who avoid struggle. They're the ones who are strong enough to handle it. Chapter 3, How Failure Sharpens Success. Most people fear failure. They see it as proof that they're not good enough, that they should stop, that they're wasting their time. It's the foundation of it. Every great achievement in history was built on a series of failures that taught, refined, and strengthened the person behind it. Fail is a teacher. It reveals weaknesses you didn't know you had, forces you to adapt, and pushes you to improve. The most successful people in the world didn't avoid failure. They mastered it. They used every loss, every mistake, and every rejection as a tool for growth. Thomas Edison didn't just invent the light bulb. He found 1,000 ways not to make one. Michael Jordan didn't just win championships. He missed thousands of shots, lost hundreds of games, and still kept going. They weren't immune to failure. They were fueled by it. The difference between winners and everyone else isn't that they fail less. It's that they don't let failure stop them. Most people fail once and quit. Winners fail 100 times and keep pushing until they break through. Every failure is an opportunity. if you learn from it. So the next time you fail, don't see it as a reason to stop. See it as proof that you're in the game, that you're growing, that you're pushing yourself beyond what's comfortable. Because every mistake, every setback, every moment of struggle is sharpening you. And if you keep going, those failures won't define you. They'll refine you. Chapter 4. The discipline of showing up talent means nothing without consistency. Motivation fades. Inspiration comes and goes. But discipline, the ability to show up day after day, no matter how you feel, is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. The hardest part of any journey isn't the beginning when excitement is high, or the end when victory is in sight. It's the middle. The long, grinding stretch where progress feels slow. Results aren't immediate, and the excitement has worn off. This is where most people quit. This is where the winners keep going. Success is not built in a single moment. It's built in the daily grind. It's built in the hours when no one is watching, in the effort you put in when no one is cheering you on. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You just need to show up, do the work, keep moving forward. Small, consistent actions create unstoppable momentum. One workout doesn't make you fit, but showing up at the gym every day does. Writing one page won't make you an author, but writing every day will. You don't have to conquer everything at once. You just have to commit to taking another step forward, no matter how small, because in the end, it's not the most talented or the luckiest who win. It's the ones who show up, day after day, long after everyone else has stopped. Chapter 5. Overcoming fear. The silent enemy fear is the invisible force that holds most people back. It whispers to you in the quiet moments, telling you that you're not enough, that failure is just around the corner, and that taking a risk is too dangerous. Fear convinces you to stay safe, stay comfortable, and never challenge yourself. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear is not an enemy to avoid. It's a signal to move forward. It's a sign that you're about to step out of your comfort zone and into growth. The best way to deal with fear is not to let it control you. You don't need to wait for fear to disappear before you take action. You take action despite the fear. Think about all the times fear has stopped you from doing something you wanted. Maybe it was applying for that job, speaking up in a meeting, or starting that business. Fear creates stories in your mind about what could go wrong. It makes failure feel like the only possible outcome. But those stories aren't real. They're just projections of your insecurities. Winners don't eliminate fear. They learn to embrace it. They use fear as fuel, not a roadblock. The greatest champions in the world feel fear. They just don't let it control them. They move forward in spite of it. They understand that fear is a natural part of the journey to success, and rather than running from it, they face it head on. If you want to be great, you must learn to move with fear. Every step you take in the face of fear is a victory, because in the end, the only thing standing between you and your dreams. Chapter 6. The strength to keep going. When no one believes, there are moments in every journey when it feels like the world is against you. When doubts creep in and the voices around you Or worse, the voice inside your head tell you to quit. The path becomes unclear. The progress seems non-existent, and you wonder if all the effort has been for nothing. But this is the true test of perseverance, the ability to keep going, even when no one believes in you, including yourself. When you're chasing something big, there will always be critics. There will always be people who doubt your abilities, your goals, and your dreams. They may question your choices, your work ethic, or even your character. But the reality is, the opinions of others only matter if you let them. In the beginning, no one will believe in your vision the way you do. That's because your dream is yours to carry, not theirs. It's not their job to understand. It's yours to make them see. It's in the face of disbelief that the true strength of your will is revealed. Those who succeed are not the ones who had constant support and affirmation along the way. They're the ones who pushed forward even when no one else saw their potential. They knew that belief wasn't something they had to wait for from others. It had to come from within. When no one else believes in you, that's when you have to believe in yourself even harder. You have to trust your vision and your work. You have to dig deeper, push harder, and prove that you have what it takes, no matter how many setbacks or doubters stand in your way. It won't always be easy, but if you can keep going when no one is cheering you on, when the road feels lonely, that's when you'll build the resilience needed to overcome anything. Because in the end, the most powerful belief you can have is the belief in your own ability to keep going, no matter what. Chapter 7, Lessons from the Greatest Comebacks. When you think of a comeback, you're not just thinking about a victory. You're thinking about a story of loss, struggle, and defeat turned into triumph. Comebacks are about more than just recovering. They're about rising stronger than ever, often against all odds. And the greatest comebacks in history have one thing in common. The individuals involved didn't just survive their struggles. They transformed because of them. Take Muhammad Ali, for example. The world watched as he was stripped of his heavyweight title for refusing to fight in the Vietnam War. He was banned from boxing at his peak. Yet, when he returned, he not only reclaimed his title, but cemented his legacy as one of the greatest athletes of all time. Ali's story isn't just about a boxer getting back into the ring. It's about someone who used the most devastating loss to fuel a historic comeback. Or look at Steve Jobs. After being ousted from the company he founded, it would have been easy to quit. Instead, Jobs went on to create some of the most revolutionary products the world has ever seen with Pixar, and later, Apple's resurgence. His story isn't just about building a company. It's about turning personal and professional failure into an opportunity for growth. The lesson from these comebacks is simple. Failure is not final. The hardest moments, the deepest setbacks, can be the very things that propel you forward. It's not about the fall. It's about the rise. The true measure of success isn't found in avoiding challenges, but in how you respond to them. Can you bounce back stronger? Can you find a way to use your defeat as fuel for your next move? If you look at the lives of those who've made the greatest comebacks, you'll see a pattern. They all endured their darkest moments with one thing in mind: that this moment, no matter how painful, would not define them. Instead, it would shape them, teach them, and push them towards something even greater. Your comeback is waiting. And just like the legends before you, your most powerful victory could come after your most painful defeat. Chapter 8, The Role of Pain in Growth. No one likes pain. It's uncomfortable, it's exhausting, and it often feels like the end of the road. But the truth is, pain is one of the greatest tools for personal growth. It's through pain that we are tested, strengthened, and transformed into someone capable of handling greater challenges ahead. The path to greatness isn't a smooth, easy one. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and yes, pain. But rather than avoiding it, those who succeed learn to embrace it. Pain is a signal. It tells you that you are stretching beyond your limits, that you are expanding into new territory. Think about the process of muscle growth. To get stronger, you have to break down your muscles, push them to their limits, and allow them to rebuild stronger. The same principle applies to your emotional and mental strength. The pain you feel in moments of struggle isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you are growing. Without pain, there is no transformation. Without discomfort, there is no progress. Every time you experience a setback or face adversity, you have an opportunity to grow. It's easy to think of pain as something to avoid, but those who persevere understand that pain is temporary and growth is permanent. But this doesn't mean you should welcome unnecessary suffering or put yourself in situations that don't serve your growth. It means that when pain comes, whether physical, emotional, or mental, you don't let it stop you. You recognize it for what it is, an opportunity for growth. You lean into it, learn from it, and let it shape you into someone stronger and more resilient. The most successful people in the world didn't avoid pain. They faced it head on, and through that pain, they became the leaders, the innovators, and the trailblazers we admire today. They didn't just endure. They used pain as a tool for progress. And that's exactly what you can do too. Embrace the pain. Let it shape you. Let it make you stronger. Because growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you push through the discomfort and emerge on the other side. Chapter 9. Mental toughness. Training your mind. To endure mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's the ability to push forward when your body and mind are screaming for rest, to stay focused when distractions are overwhelming, and to stay calm when everything around you is falling apart. Mental toughness is what allows you to endure, adapt, and thrive no matter the circumstances. But like any skill, it takes practice. Winners understand that obstacles aren't signs of defeat. They are part of the journey. They accept that the road will be tough, but they also know that with persistence, they can overcome any challenge. Mental toughness is built by choosing to keep going, even when everything inside you says to quit. One of the key elements of mental toughness is self-discipline. This is the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Self-discipline means sticking to the plan, staying committed to your goals, and consistently putting in the work, even when you're not seeing immediate results. It's easy to stay motivated at the beginning, but true mental toughness shows up when motivation fades and the grind starts to feel endless. Another essential part of mental toughness is resilience, the ability to bounce back after a failure or setback. Life will throw curveballs, and failure will knock you down. But how quickly you get back up and keep moving forward is what sets you apart. Resilient people don't let setbacks define them. They learn from them, adjust, and keep going with even greater resolve. Building mental toughness also means controlling your emotions. It's about staying calm under pressure, making clear decisions when chaos surrounds you, and maintaining focus when everything seems uncertain. The stronger your mind, the stronger your ability to navigate the challenges that come your way. So how do you train your mind to endure? Start by making small daily decisions that build your resilience. Set challenges for yourself. Stick to them even when they're hard. And embrace discomfort. The more you push your limits, the stronger your mind becomes. Over time, you'll notice that what once seemed impossible will become your new standard. You'll be able to weather any storm, and you'll find yourself thriving where others falter. Mental toughness is your weapon for success. It's your ability to stay the course when everything else is trying to pull you off track. The more you train your mind, the tougher you'll become. And when you become mentally tough, nothing, no challenge, no setback will stand in your way. Chapter 10, The Importance of a Strong Support System. No one achieves greatness in isolation. While the journey to success requires personal resilience, determination, and mental toughness, it is equally important to surround yourself with a strong support system. In moments of doubt, during the hardest times when the road feels unbearably long, it's the people around you who can either lift you up or let you fall. A winning mentality understands the importance of leaning on others, finding mentors, and building relationships with those who believe in your vision, even when you may not believe in it yourself. The strongest support systems aren't about surrounding yourself with people who only agree with you or cheer you on. Real support comes from those who challenge you, hold you accountable, and push you to grow. These are the people who don't let you settle for mediocrity, but instead encourage you to reach your fullest potential, even when it's uncomfortable. Mentors, coaches, and peers who have walked the path before you can offer invaluable wisdom. They've faced the same struggles you will face, and they can guide you through the tough moments. Their experience can save you from making costly mistakes and provide a roadmap when you feel lost. The power of mentorship is that it gives you perspective, showing you that the obstacles in front of you aren't permanent. It also reminds you that setbacks are not signs of failure, but simply steps in the process of growth. But it's not just about finding the right mentors. It's also about finding people who will be there, in the trenches with you, friends and colleagues who will stand by your side when things get tough. When you're working late into the night, when the pressure feels unbearable, these are the people who remind you why you're doing what you're doing and encourage you to keep going. Success is a team effort. It's about building relationships, sharing knowledge, and learning from others. No matter how determined or capable you are, there will be moments when you need support, guidance, and encouragement. And when those moments come, a strong support system will be the anchor that keeps you grounded and the wind that pushes you forward. Remember, the journey to success isn't a solo mission. It's a collective effort. The people you surround yourself with can either help you rise or pull you down. Choose wisely. Invest in relationships that nurture growth, and recognize that strength is often found, not just within you, but in the people who stand beside. Chapter 11. Embracing sacrifice for the greater good. In the pursuit of greatness, sacrifice is inevitable. Every path to success requires giving up something: time, comfort, resources, or even relationships. The key to perseverance lies in understanding that these sacrifices are investments, not losses. The road to a bigger, better life is paved with moments of discomfort, delayed gratification, and hard choices. And the sooner you come to terms with this, the more prepared you'll be for the long haul. Sacrifice isn't about losing something you'll never get back. It's about making conscious decisions to prioritize your long-term goals over short-term pleasures. Success demands focus. And to truly achieve something significant, you will need to let go of distractions and temptations that lead you off course. For some, this means waking up earlier, dedicating evenings to personal growth, or cutting back on social activities to work on skills. For others, it may mean turning down opportunities that don't align with their vision. But sacrifice doesn't always have to be dramatic or painful. It's not about losing everything you enjoy. It's about learning how to make the right choices. Every moment you spend working on your goals is an investment in your future. Every hour spent developing new skills or tackling challenges is an opportunity to grow. The sacrifices you make today will create the life you desire tomorrow. What separates those who achieve greatness from those who don't is the willingness to endure short-term discomfort for long-term gain. The champions, the visionaries, the leaders, none of them reach their destination without making sacrifices along the way. They learned that their dreams were worth the price of hard work, personal discipline, and sometimes even saying no to things they wanted in the moment. The key to embracing sacrifice is to reframe your thinking. Don't view the things you're giving up as losses. See them as investments in your future self. Think about what you're building, not just what you're letting go of. The sacrifices you make today are the stepping stones that will take you where you want to go. In the end, it's not about what you gave up. It's about what you gained. Every sacrifice brings you one step closer to the person you're meant to become and the life you're destined to live. Chapter 12. The Power of Consistency Over Time in a World Obsessed with Instant Gratification. Consistency often gets overlooked. We want success now, and we want it fast. But real, lasting success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions, taken day in and day out, even when you don't see immediate results. Consistency is the unsung hero of achievement, the invisible force that slowly builds momentum, turning efforts into results over time. Think about a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small, insignificant, and easy to dismiss. But as it keeps rolling, it gathers more snow, grows in size, and becomes unstoppable. That's how consistency works. Every effort, no matter how small, adds up over time. The more you show up, the more you put in the work, the greater the momentum you build. The key is not to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. The key is to keep going. When you commit to consistency, you're committing to long-term success. The daily actions you take, no matter how simple, add up in ways you can't always measure in the moment. Whether it's writing for 30 minutes a day, training for an hour, or focusing on personal growth each morning, these small steps compound into significant progress. Over time, these consistent actions create a foundation that success can't ignore. Consistency also builds discipline, which is critical in maintaining progress. You won't always feel motivated. There will be days when you're tired, when you don't feel like putting in effort, when distractions pull at you. But discipline is the ability to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, whether it's convenient or not. And consistency nurtures that discipline, making it easier to keep moving forward. Remember, success isn't about making huge leaps every day. It's about making steady progress. Those who win are not the ones who take giant steps, but the ones who consistently put in the work, no matter how small the steps may seem. So, trust the process. Keep showing up. Keep taking those small steps, because the results may not be immediately visible, but over time, consistency will transform your efforts into achievements. Your success is not the product of a single grand act, but the sum of consistent, focused actions taken day after day. And it's through this steady, relentless pursuit that greatness is achieved. Chapter 13. The Art of Focus. Cutting through the noise in today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, constant notifications, the pressure to multitask. It's easy to get lost in the noise and lose sight of what truly matters. The ability to focus is becoming rarer, and yet it's one of the most valuable skills you can develop on the path to success. Focus is not just about concentrating on one task. It's about cutting through the distractions and staying relentlessly dedicated to your goals, no matter what tries to pull you off course. The first step to mastering focus is understanding that every distraction is an opportunity to decide where your energy goes. Every time you're tempted to check your phone, scroll through social media, or entertain a thought that takes you away from your task, you are making a choice. And when you choose distractions over focus, you're eroding your progress, one small decision at a time. Focus requires the ability to say no. No to the distractions. No to the temptations that will waste your time. No to the things that pull you away from your bigger mission. Successful people don't have more time than anyone else. They have the ability to focus on what matters most, and they guard that focus fiercely. They prioritize, eliminate the unnecessary, and keep their eyes fixed on the end goal. The power of focus lies in its ability to create momentum. When you focus on one thing, you can give it your full attention, your energy, and your best effort. This leads to progress. When you scatter your energy across too many things, you end up doing a lot, but achieving very little. It's better to do one thing well than to do many things poorly. Success requires that laser-like focus, the ability to shut out everything else and dedicate yourself fully to the task at hand. Developing focus is a practice. It takes time, effort, and intentionality. But once you master it, the results speak for themselves. You'll find that you achieve more in less time, you'll be more efficient, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment every day. In a world that's constantly demanding your attention, mastering the art of focus will set you apart. The key is to recognize that distractions are just noise. You have the power to cut through that noise and direct your energy where it will make the biggest impact. Stay focused on your goals. Tune out the distractions, and you'll find that success isn't as elusive as it may seem. Chapter 14. Cultivating patience. In the age of instant gratification, we live in a world that values speed, efficiency, and instant results. From fast food to instant downloads, everything seems designed to give us what we want, when we want it. And while convenience can be a gift, it has also led to an epidemic of impatience. When things don't happen quickly, we get frustrated. We begin to doubt ourselves, question our progress, and wonder if the effort is worth it. But true success requires one thing many of us struggle with in this modern world: patience. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about waiting with purpose. It's about understanding that progress takes time and that the best results often come slowly. Success is rarely an overnight phenomenon. It's the product of consistent, focused effort over time. Every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture, The problem is that many of us expect immediate results, and when they don't come, we lose faith in the process. This is where cultivating patience becomes crucial. Patience allows you to stay committed, even when things are moving slower than you'd like. It's the quiet confidence that, if you keep working, your efforts will pay off. This is the mindset of those who succeed. They understand that nothing great happens without time. Whether you're building a business, mastering a craft, or pursuing any significant goal, you must have the patience to endure the process. Success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And in a marathon, there are periods of slow progress, times when you'll wonder if you're even moving forward at all. But the secret to winning that race is consistency, persistence, and the patience to endure, even when you can't see the finish line. Patience also teaches you resilience. It gives you the mental fortitude to keep going when the path feels endless, when the results aren't immediate, and when setbacks seem to outweigh progress. The more patient you are, the more you build inner strength, because you understand that success is a journey, not a destination. In an age that rewards instant success, the true advantage lies in those who are willing to put in the time. They are the ones who are willing to show up every day, work even when the results aren't obvious, and trust that their efforts are moving them closer to their goals. Patience doesn't mean passive waiting. It means actively trusting in the process, remaining committed to the vision, and having the endurance to see it through. The greatest achievements often come from the greatest tests of patience. And when you learn to embrace this slow, steady approach, you'll find that success isn't just about speed. It's about endurance, consistency, and the courage to keep going when others would give up. Chapter 15. The power of self-belief. At the heart of every great success story lies a simple, powerful truth. Belief in oneself. Self-belief is the foundation upon which all accomplishments are built. Without it, no amount of effort or strategy will take you where you want to go. It's the force that pushes you to take risks, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward when doubt creeps in. When you believe in yourself, you unlock a well of potential that others can't see. And that's where your true power lies. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing that you have what it takes to succeed, no matter the challenges. It's about trusting your abilities, even when the path ahead is unclear. People who succeed believe in themselves long before the world does. They don't wait for validation or external approval. They trust their vision and take action with confidence. Even if they don't yet have all the answers, doubt will always be a part of the journey. No matter how successful someone becomes, moments of uncertainty will always arise. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't lies in how they handle that doubt. Self-belief allows you to look fear and uncertainty in the eye and keep moving forward, knowing that failure is not the end, but merely a lesson. Those who believe in themselves failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. One of the greatest obstacles to self-belief is comparison. It's easy to look at others and think, why not me? But self-belief isn't about comparing your journey to someone else. It's about recognizing your unique strengths and understanding that your path is your own. When you focus on your own progress, instead of comparing yourself to others, you cultivate a mindset of growth and possibility. You must also remember that self-belief isn't something that appears overnight. It's built through action, Every step you take, no matter how small, strengthens your belief in yourself. Each success, no matter how minor, adds to your confidence. But more importantly, every failure, every setback, shows you what you're capable of overcoming, further solidifying your belief in your strength. It all starts within you. Self-belief is the key that unlocks your potential and propels you toward your goals. You have to trust yourself and your abilities, because if you don't, no one else will. So stand firm in your belief. Embrace your unique strengths. Trust in your journey. And remember that with self-belief, you already have everything you need to succeed. Chapter 16. Transforming fear into fuel. Fear is a powerful emotion. It has the ability to stop you in your tracks, freeze your actions, and hold you back from pursuing your dreams. But what if, instead of letting fear control you, you used it to propel you forward? Transforming fear into fuel is one of the most important skills you can develop on the path to success. Fear, in its essence, is a natural response to the unknown. It arises when we face something new, something that challenges our comfort zone, or when we take a risk that could lead to failure. But fear isn't always a sign that something is dangerous or insurmountable. Sometimes it's a sign that you're on the verge of something important. The bigger the challenge, the greater the fear, but also the greater the reward. The key to transforming fear into fuel is to acknowledge it, not avoid it. Recognize that fear is a normal part of the growth process, and that it signals you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. When you feel fear creeping in, take a moment to pause and reframe it. Instead of seeing it as something to be afraid of, see it as a signal that you're on the right path. Fear can be a reminder that you're pushing yourself to new heights, that you're evolving, and that growth is happening. One way to transform fear into fuel is to break it down. Often, the fear we feel is amplified by uncertainty and the unknown. But when you look at your fear and dissect it, you'll see that it's not as big or overwhelming as it initially seemed. What are you truly afraid of? Failure? Rejection? Criticism? When you identify the root of your fear, you can create a plan to address it. Breaking down your fear makes it feel more manageable, and it gives you the power to move forward despite it. Another powerful tool in transforming fear into fuel is to shift your focus. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, focus on what could go right. Shift your mindset from fear of failure to excitement for the possibilities ahead. Fear often comes from a place of focusing on the negative. But when you flip that narrative, fear becomes an invitation to take action and move towards something greater. The more you confront your fears, the more you build courage. Each time you push through fear and take action, it becomes easier to do it again. Over time, fear will lose its power over you, and you'll start using it as a catalyst for growth and success. Remember, every successful person has had to face fear. They didn't let it stop them. They used it to fuel their journey. Fear doesn't have to be an obstacle. It can be the very thing that propels you to achieve your dreams. So instead of running from fear, embrace it. Let it remind you that you're on the edge of something amazing, and use it to fuel your fire, driving you forward toward your goals. Chapter 17. Reframing failure as a stepping stone. Failure. It's a word most people fear, a concept that many try to avoid at all costs. In a world that celebrates success and accomplishments, failure often carries a negative stigma, and yet it is an unavoidable part of the journey. The truth is, failure is not the enemy. It's an essential part of the process, a stepping stone towards success. How you respond to failure will determine whether it becomes a roadblock or a launchpad for greater achievement. When you encounter failure, it's easy to feel defeated. It's tempting to see it as a sign that you're not good enough or that you're on the wrong path. But failure is rarely about your worth or abilities. It's about learning and growing, about discovering what doesn't work so you can improve. Successful people don't see failure as something to fear. They see it as an opportunity to refine their approach, adjust their strategies, and keep moving forward with more knowledge than before. The key to reframing failure is shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing it as a setback, look at it as a lesson. Each failure holds valuable information about what needs to be changed or improved. It teaches you resilience, perseverance, and adaptability. Without failure, you would never have the chance to learn, evolve, and eventually succeed. Every failure is a step toward mastery, a part of the growth process that is necessary for achieving greatness. One of the biggest obstacles to reframing failure is the fear of judgment. We often worry about what others will think or say if we fail. But true success comes from embracing failure, not hiding from it. When you're willing to fail publicly, when you're not afraid to show the world your mistakes, you free yourself from the fear that holds you back. You become more confident, more resilient, and more focused on the lessons that each experience offers. Remember that many of the most successful people in history have failed countless times before achieving great. Thomas Edison, after failing thousands of times, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perspective is the key to unlocking success. The next time you experience failure, don't let it define you. Let it refine you. View it as a necessary step in your journey. Learn from it, grow from it, and use it as motivation to keep going. Every failure brings you closer to your goals, as long as you keep moving forward with the lessons it provides. Failure isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace, because it's the stepping stone that leads to success. Chapter 18. The importance of rest and recovery. In a culture that celebrates hustle and relentless work, the idea of taking a break often feels like an indulgence, something reserved for those who are weak or lazy. But the truth is, rest and recovery are not just important, they're essential. Success is not just about the hours you put in. It's about the quality of those hours. And that quality depends heavily on how well you recover. Without rest, your body, mind, and spirit will eventually burn out, and all the effort you've put in will be for nothing. Rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity. When we push ourselves too hard without taking time to recover, we begin to operate at less than our best. Creativity declines, focus wanes, and our decision-making abilities become clouded. The brain and body need downtime to recharge and process all the hard work you've done, just as a muscle needs recovery after a workout to grow stronger. Your mind and body need recovery to perform at their peak. Rest is also a key to sustaining long-term success. The most successful people understand that their ability to perform consistently depends on how well they take care of themselves. They prioritize rest just as much as they prioritize work. Without proper rest, it's easy to slip into burnout, where productivity is no longer efficient and motivation fades. This is where many fall short, pushing through exhaustion without considering the long-term effects. In addition to physical rest, mental recovery is just as critical. Mental fatigue is often more debilitating than physical exhaustion. Yet we tend to overlook its impact. Taking time to disconnect, engage in activities that bring you joy, or simply relax can help restore your mental clarity and drive. This type of recovery allows you to return to your goals with renewed energy and a sharper focus, ready to tackle challenges more effectively. Think of rest as an investment, not a setback. Just as you wouldn't expect a car to run forever without refueling or maintenance, you can't expect yourself to perform at your best without adequate rest and recovery. Taking time to rest ensures that when you do work, you can give it your all and sustain that energy over the long term. So remember, success is not just about how hard you work. It's about how well you take care of yourself in the process. Don't neglect rest. It's a vital part of the Chapter 19. Surrounding yourself with the right people, the people you surround yourself with, have an enormous impact on your success. Whether you realize it or not, the energy, attitudes, and mindsets of those around you influence your own. The right people will lift you up, challenge you to grow, and provide the support you need to push past obstacles. On the other hand, the wrong people, those who drain your energy, discourage your dreams, or hold you back, can stifle your progress and keep you from reaching your full potential. Success is rarely a solo endeavor. While personal effort is crucial, the collective strength of your support system plays a huge role in determining your outcomes. Look around you. Are the people in your life encouraging your growth, or are they hindering it? To reach your highest potential, you need a circle of people who believe in you, challenge you, and keep you accountable. Surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded individuals doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world. It means choosing relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and shared values. These are the people who will help you grow, offer valuable advice, and inspire you to do more than you ever thought possible. They hold up a mirror that reflects your potential and remind you of who you are when you forget. At the same time, it's essential to distance yourself from toxic relationships. Those that drag you down, fuel your doubts, or push you to settle for less. The people who don't believe in your dreams or make you feel small can be some of the most harmful influences in your life. Recognizing when a relationship is no longer serving your growth is a critical step toward maintaining a healthy and successful mindset. But surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't just mean finding those who are supportive. It also means seeking out those who challenge you. Growth happens when we step outside of our comfort zones, and sometimes the best way to do that is by surrounding yourself with people who push you to think bigger, act bolder, and take on challenges you wouldn't face on your own. Your network can be a powerful tool in your journey to success. It's not about having a large number of connections, but about building meaningful relationships with the right people. Those who inspire, challenge, and motivate you. Take a moment to reflect on the relationships in your life. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? The people you choose to spend time with will directly influence your journey, so make sure they are people who propel you toward your goals, not away from them. As you move forward, remember, success is a team sport, and the team you choose can make all the difference. Chapter 20. Embracing the process, trusting the journey. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to become fixated on the destination. We often envision the end result, whether it's a goal achieved, a dream realized, or a milestone reached, and become consumed by the idea of arriving there. But the truth is, success is not a singular event or a final destination. It is a journey, a process that unfolds over time with ups and downs, successes and failures, breakthroughs and setbacks. The key to lasting success is learning to embrace the process, trust the journey, and enjoy the growth that comes with it. The process is where the real transformation happens. It's not in the achievement itself, but in the work, the effort, and the lessons you learn along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. The journey forces you to grow in ways you never anticipated, building resilience, strengthening your character, and developing the skills you need to succeed. When you trust the process, you free yourself from the anxiety of immediate results. You stop focusing on when the outcome will happen and start focusing on what you can do right now. This shift in mindset allows you to be more present, more intentional, and more focused on the work that needs to be done, rather than the pressure of achieving something fast. When you embrace the journey, you learn to enjoy the moments of progress and growth, no matter how small they may seem. It's also important to understand that setbacks and failures are part of the process. They don't signal the end of the journey, but rather an opportunity for redirection and improvement. Every obstacle is an invitation to refine your approach, gain new insights, and adjust your path. Those who succeed are not those who never fail. They are the ones who keep moving forward, trusting the process and embracing the lessons that come from each challenge. In the end, success is not about rushing to the finish line. It's about enjoying the ride, learning along the way, and becoming a better version of yourself. Trusting the process means having faith. Success is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's the consistent, persistent effort you put into the journey that makes all the difference. So, embrace the process. Trust that each step, every challenge, every victory, and every failure is shaping you into the person you need to be for the success you're working toward. Success isn't just the destination. It's everything that happens along the way. The journey is where your greatest growth will happen, and it's where your true success lies.